All through high school and the very beginning years of after high school and early into like college, I struggled with a lot of personal deep hurt, things that have happened to me or that I've put myself in, situations where I didn't have God. And then later on I found Christ and I turned to Him for every single thing that I needed, and some things that I thought I didn't need, He still provided for me. Jacob would be one of those things. I always had a boyfriend in high school. I always was the person that was in a relationship, but none of them were actually godly or true relationships. And then I was in a stage where I wasn't looking for a relationship for the first time in my entire life. And then God chose Jacob. And he came into my life at a time when I didn't think I needed to have a guy in my life. And he ended up being the guy that I love and that I'm excited to marry.
I never really had any relationships going through high school or anything because I always was waiting, I don't know, for this person I thought that would, you would feel it and you would know it, like a lot of people do. But I don't know, it just took forever, and I was going through college, and some of my friends and I would pray for like the women that we thought God wanted for us, and I don't know, it just felt like it wasn't ever coming. I got out of college, keep going, and then, I don't know, finally I meet Inga, and there she is, in this crazy way that we met through the dating website that is Kelly Phillips. And so, I don't know, then I had heard that at first she didn't want a relationship, and then I think that's one of the main things I admired about her. She was content with the place she was with God, and was finally feeling that's where I need to be, and then I was like, that's where I want to be. So then, I don't know. Luckily, she reached out to me first because I was too nervous to do it, and still working on it.
So, my mom is a matchmaker from heaven. She, while I was living in Kansas, met Jacob at our church, and he had actually gone on a roller skating adventure with some of the youth kids. Mm-hmm. And my first question my mother asked him was, "What is your grade in high school?" And he said, "No, I'm a teacher. I teach in school." And then when he got out of the car, they dropped him back off at his vehicle. She said that she looked to my sisters and said, "Oh my gosh, they would be perfect together." And then she sent me a message that had a photograph that she had stalked of Jacob's Facebook and a list of qualities that he had. So that's the message I received.
But then I received one very similar. It was a picture off of her Facebook, I think. Yeah, it was off her Facebook. And the funny thing was, though, she sent really awkward looking pictures that like weren't very good to determine like how the other person looked or kind of acted, sort of thing. Some people do that based off pictures. They'll assume how you act. So then it was really hard to determine. So it was like, okay. And then plus I didn't even know her. And then she told me it was her daughter, and I was like, all right, that's kind of weird. But I was like, okay, we'll go with it. And then she messaged me.
I was the first one to message him because he was nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I was nervous too. And I was living in Kansas, and then a few months later I was going to be living in Poland for 3 months. So we started this long-term or long-distance relationship through states and countries. So.
Yep. For 3 months she was in Poland. That was pretty rough. It'd be like 6 a.m. or something at like midnight for her whenever I'd have to call her or something.
7 hours time difference. So we FaceTime almost every night. So the biggest God moment that I feel that I've had so far in our relationship was before our relationship even started. It was when I was in Kansas, and it was at the point when I was just getting to be alone with God and really feeling like I didn't need a relationship to be myself or to make me happy. And so I had told God, why are you, trying to bring this guy into my life? I'm fine where I am. Why are you pulling me out of my comfort zone? And I was working for a church at the time as an intern, and even the pastors were like, you need to message that guy back. You need to message him back about, he likes you and your mom's trying to get you guys together and you need to answer him back. And so finally, I don't know, I just felt God telling me like, hey, this one's actually okay. Like, you can trust in me for this guy, so.
So I had to wait for her for a little bit because while she was in Kansas, we could just call or text until finally she came for Christmas like a year ago. And then I finally got to meet her in person. It was pretty funny.
I knew he was going to be at church, so we were texting on the way to church that morning, like, oh, are you going to be there? Okay, I'm going to be there. And then he's like, yes, I'm here. And so I walked in, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was so nervous. And he was just standing there. So I walked up, and he looked like he was going to give me a hug. And then I just gave him a little pat. And so then it was just really awkward. And we walked away, and then I was like, oh, he should probably sit with us. So I went back and asked him if he wanted to sit with us. And then that's where it all started.
Yes. But then after the Christmas break time was over, she went back to Kansas for a little bit and then had a trip to Poland for 3 months. So then at that point, like, I didn't officially ask her to like start dating or anything. So we were just kind of getting to know each other. Thought that was a really good time to do that and honor God at the same time through it. So then after she finally came back, it was April 4th, I asked her to officially go out on a date with me as my girlfriend, and it's been a great time ever since. That's our love story. High five. Thanks for coming to our wedding.
Woo!